Hi, beautiful souls. Good morning. Let me know where you're joining from. How is your day going so far? Just want to check if the comments is working. Welcome to each one of you being here, raising your vibrations, and we'll be sharing a lot of tools that will help us in raising our vibrations, energy shifts. So if you want to grab a journal to take some points or just listen in, perfectly fine. You can also get a replay on my YouTube. So let me know where you're joining from and how is your day going so far. I take it as the comments is not working, right? It was happening. We were having a glitch last week. Hey, it's working. Hey, cool. Thank you, Poppy. From London, lovely. It's great, isn't it? Insighttimer connects us from different zones and everything. So many people we get to meet through here. Hi, Ritika from Mumbai. Lovely. Hi, Siobhan. How is your day so far, guys? Have you been with me before? I recognize some of you being there before. And for those who are new, welcome. My name is Srimanju. I'm here in Seattle. Do come on Insighttimer from time to time about Reiki, Akashic Records, soul reading, and healing with colors, and some of these toolkits that I love to share from time to time. Hi, Robin, first time, welcome. Hi, Mira. So the intention about today's topic is to share the tools that I have found for the past 12 years and over that I have been collecting in my toolbox, how to raise our energies, vibrations, and see the shifts, and do participate if there is something that's working for you, maybe that I didn't mention. I'd love to learn from you guys too. And if something that you're practicing, great, give a kudos or thumbs up or something that we resonate with the same things. Yeah. So with that, so firstly, raising our vibrations, what does it mean even? As we all know, we are made with energies. Energies carry us to different places, thoughts, and everywhere we are made. So when energy is good, you'll feel positive, you feel happier, you feel in the moment. But when the energy is kind of upsetting us, you will see that you are in backwards motion, or you are upset and you are sad. So it is the most important thing is to observe all the changes that are happening within ourselves and what is our triggers. That's the most important thing, to notice those triggers and where it is coming from. And the good thing is, because we're all made with those vibrational parts of us, things can be shifted. So if you are going to be sad for 24 hours, you have been sad and upset and you don't know, maybe sometimes you don't even know the reason, but know that after 24 hours, there is a possibility that things will shift as well. We need to see what can it shift, what are the things that will help us in shifting. And the other thing is like, when you're happy, of course, when we are happy, things are all bright and beautiful. We are on the upper curve, and you'll notice that, oh, the downwards is not fun. It's not a joyful ride, but also knowing that once a curve goes down, it's going to go up again. Yeah. So that's where again we'll be wishful for. As you know, in the heart monitor, like, beep, 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 it goes up and down. As long as it's even giving you a beep sounds, which is good, that we are having a life within us and we can make the things better. And it's up to us how we make things better. Sometimes it's external help needed. Sometimes the internal talk is needed. Sometimes a change in the scenario is needed. So we all are in different ways. Like, some people, have you noticed, like, some of you would love to go for a walk and you will know you're better after a walk. It clears your mind. For some people, it may not work. And for others, it could be like, watching a comedy show or talking to a friend, things will get better and you will be seeing the shift. Yeah. So be observant of what are the things that have been helpful for you so far, and which are your working things, because those are your natural things that have been working for you. For me, raising my vibrations is like, before it was like to meet friends, but also then I realized like I was meeting to shift and divert myself with what I was going through, but I wasn't acknowledging and sitting with it and working on why I was being even upset in the first place. So unknowingly, I was trying to avoid it, but then I realized journal was my favorite way to or speak to a person about that I feel comfortable with about what actually is happening. Then I realized, oh, actually, I'm not bringing the baggage, but I'm releasing the baggage that has been weighing thing and carrying me harder. So journal writing is one of the things that if you have tried, you would notice that, oh, you have downloaded, you have emptied. So whatever that stagnance is, whatever your low mood is, you have been shifted with it, like, and a release has happened because from your system, the words have come out, the feelings have come out, the emotion has come out, and maybe you don't have the solution, but you'll feel that there is a beautiful gap between now what you have felt and what you've released. And with that, a new flow of energy comes in, which gives you more inspiration or gives you an answer to your puzzles or the questions that you have been having, or a ray of hope as well. And so, which is good to notice and move forward. Have you ever felt with journal writing things being shifted? Let me know. In journal writing, there are many ways that you can use it. Like, I do have a couple of journals, which is one for gratitude. I use one for my dreams, and I use one for my emotions, and another one for my Akashic messages downloads. Yeah. So you can have a couple of them around and see which one is inspiring you, what you want to put it down. And this may not be anything making sense to us at that moment, but that's something causing you heaviness is where you are letting it go as well here. So this is by your mind that you're releasing, and you'll feel that beautiful vibe is coming in, energy is shifting. And a couple of other external ways is to raise your vibration is by listening to music. Has anyone tried? Let me know if music inspires you, shifts you, allows it to break that hard energy and moves you around. Sometimes people love, like, yeah, when we are upset, it's crazy how the signs are perfect. Like, the lyrics will be perfect to what you needed to hear at that moment sometimes. And it just shifts you, reassures you what you were going through is absolutely right. And so the music choose some music, have a spotlight playlist when you are meh kind, when you're not feeling great about everything. Have a playlist that inspires you. It could be an affirmation kind, it could be a rock one, it could be where your body is going into a dance movement, like, that shifts you. Energy that is stagnant will be shifting as you listen to music and your body moves as well. So create that, and you will notice that these are your inspirational ones. These are your moments where you are finding a change in a wave that is coming through you. And the other way would be like, for some people, it could be easier to meditate and have a silent music. Like, when there is a turmoil of emotions, personally, it's harder for me to meditate. Definitely, that doesn't come as the first thing that I would be trying to do. I would be trying to more rest in. That will be what coming up, like, but definitely a music that I'll be feeling more inclined to let the thoughts be settling in, to drift out of it and move me, will be the music that I'll always go for. Like, that's my first instinct. And dance, for some people, it's absolutely like, no, favorite thing is to dance and release, because as you're shaking your body, a lot of release is coming. And now, raising your vibrations, you're doing one for external, one for internal as well, shifts. And like, one of the things that you would notice the last couple of years especially is, even when you go out and come back, like, you're carrying the energies of people around. And these energies are latched onto your auric field. You are feeling great. And when you go out and come back, even to a shop or to meet a friend in a coffee shop, anything, you're noticing, have you anyone noticed like you're feeling tired, drained? Somehow we are picking up from our auric field to other energies that are of low vibes. Dance is great thing to shake it off, because it's not in yours and easier to work it off. Other thing is to dry brush yourself, like, gently smudging, releasing it by your hand movement all around your body. And by doing that, you will notice you have shaken off the latching energies. You can use a dry brush itself or by your palms as well. The intention is where it leads you to shift and move. So try that dry brushing technique. Yeah. Immediately put music on if I can't identify my funky mood and don't know my triggers. I also took up hula hooping because sitting still is hard for me. Absolutely. Sitting still is definitely hard. And also, it's like it's accumulating more of that energy, right? And that's where we need some shift. Movement is so good. Yoga is good, stretches is good, even like sitting in a chair, stretch around. Like, I've seen someone teaching chair yoga, so do try that as well, like, so which is good. Or the face yoga as well, I have noticed someone teaching on Insighttimer, so do check. Like, you don't need to move, but there is something movement happening on your body, so which will help as well. And even by sitting and dry brushing is amazing, like how you can shift in the energies. And that is the thing, like, sometimes you know what it is, you're going through a situation or an old trigger, but sometimes it's other people's emotions that we have been carrying in, and we can't understand or pinpoint because it has nothing to do with us. You spoke to a friend and they were super anxious about, like, say what's happening, the latest news, like, and you unknowingly put that fear on yourself or a discomfort on yourself, even though in a normal situation that wouldn't trigger you. So here is the thing that you can release is much easier, like, even saying out loud to yourself, this is not my thought, this is not my belief, I'm in with love, and I envision a beautiful white light around me. Now vision a white light around you, it's a beautiful cleaning high vibe light. It's a protective light, and immediately you will feel something is radiant, something is shifting and moving as well. So again, that is a beautiful way to shift energies. I love crystals. So I use crystals as well to release any energies that have been stuck and holding on to any of the energies from our auric field or within our chakras as well. So crystals like citrine, smoky quartz, tourmaline, the black crystals, or selenite. These are great crystals. Of course, all the crystals are amazing, but I'm generally drawn to these ones, or the quartz crystals, to release the energies that has been latched onto internally as well. And when you hold the crystals, all you can ask the crystal is to tune in with your energies and release any emotions or any of harsh energies that are being with you that are not serving anything for you, like not serving for your highest good, and you're giving permission for them to be released. So this crystal transmutes back that energy and recharges your soul with the high vibe again, like, high vibe as you feel more inspired, like, you're in upbeat, like you have understood, you have felt grateful for that energy of knowing what was it and work on it. And now you want to shift it, like, the lesson has been learned and you want to move forward. So the crystals will help us as a medium or as a tool to move forward. Or oracle cards are another way as well, external product that you can shuffle the cards and see what is the message for you. What is the message for you to how you're feeling right now and how you can move it further. Like, by that oracle cards, you can pick up a card and see what it is, and bingo, and that will be your inspirational card. For me, all of oracle cards have always been like angel cards, have always been about inspiration. They shift because there is something energetically, you're picking up a card and the message relates to you right at that moment, like, and all right, okay, I acknowledge it, I need to maybe do meet a friend, talk about it, or just sit with it and maybe eat nourishing food, and that will help us to shift and change. When we are not in a good energetic place, we don't eat well, we don't look after well, we are not radiating who we are truly, right? And this is again like a whirlpool, and need to know how we can come out of the whirlpool quite easily as well. Sometimes there is no point in dwelling into the past for too long. It's about how we can overcome and move forward with ease. One of the Reiki principles, if anyone is here from Reiki background, just for today, do not worry. And that is a big change as well. Like, when you worry, you are creating kind of a negative ripple effect. We do worry a lot about things that we have no control on. Of course, the things that we have control on, we are taking an action. We are taking a step or a guidance. We know what we can do about it. And but the things that we have absolutely no control on, there is no point or energy to be wasted on worrying about it. Rather, we can use that for creating something beautiful that we are capable of, that we are in control of. Like, maybe go into the garden and start flowering up something, like, or plant the seeds. Like, now spring is going to come soon, so maybe getting ready for those seedings might be worth it. Like, or doing art or photography, something in your creative flow will be great, or even reading a book that's inspiring you. And some of the books or the poetries do have that inspiration. So hold on to, like a playlist, hold on to these books that you can go by from time to time and read up a chapter or read up a page that inspires you. So that will be something that you can work with as well, the external things. Yeah. So how are you guys getting on? Is that all making sense, resonating with you? Have you been using any of these tools that I have shared so far, or something else that you use? Let me know. The first thing in the morning, how we set ourselves right after we get up from the bed, is the most important part of our day. I'm sure you know about it, but also If you are a snoozer person, think about how you can utilize the snooze option. Say, for example, like, you snooze, you take time, 5 minutes to get ready, to get out of the bed, utilize that 5 minutes to breathe from your belly. Now, if it's a new habit, it does take time to incorporate, remember at that moment of time. So take a deep breath, like 3 rounds of it into your belly, and then just do a prayer like, I'm grateful for this body. I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for right now being here. I'm grateful for this comfy bed, this house, and the partner, the family that you are with. Like, anything that comes out, do say, acknowledge what you have right now, and you can begin your day with that and set your intention. What is today's intention going to be? Today, like, it could be a productive day, or be happy, whatever that word, like being calm or eating healthy, whatever your intention you want to set for the day, that's a beautiful moment to do it. And once you do it, get out of the bed, put your feet on the ground, and or either on the carpet or the wooden floor, whichever, like, or the concrete floor. Feel the earth beneath your feet, and to draw that energy up. Draw that energy up as like a beautiful golden roots coming out, or golden light coming out, like, into your feet, and they're anchoring you into the present moment. And when you do that, you will feel so alive. Your cells are activated. And even though you're not a morning person, this routine will help you to shift and look forward for the day. And that is also the best time to do some affirmations as well, because you are still in that sleep and wakeful moment, and things can go easily in your heart space. Say, I believe in myself, like today is my best day. I get to give everything I got today. So anything that you plant right then is your seed that is going to germinate throughout the day. And now we got into the very bad habit of like checking our phones right before we get up. And that's actually is not helpful, because we are then activated, like, from sleep to a quick awake of like to do things, like a panic, like, oh my God, so many notifications. I need to do so many things. Like, you're not even thinking for a moment about you, but this gadget, these notifications are carrying us forward through the day. So you are depending on something else to drive you, not your own inner guide or inner strength that you have already, like, So yes, I do this way. And I did use my phone as first thing to check, but then I changed because it was controlling me rather than me controlling my gadget. And just for 10 minutes, like, after 10 minutes, you can do. Generally, the studies say like give an hour gap, maybe even try with 10 minutes of you checking your notification once you wake in the snooze moment, doing these things, and then allowing the day to take you forward. Yeah. So you will have a different kind of day. Like, give it a try for tomorrow and see what you feel about it. Yeah. And just feeling that ground beneath you itself is so energizing. You feel so alive. Yeah. I'm not a morning person. I've been trying this. I really find it helpful. And having something of a routine and a ritual is good. Yeah, to practice that, it's working and you can go on to. Hey, Monica. And the other things would be like, feeling like when you do this morning routine, there is also an evening routine that you go back into. Is again, when I go back to the bed after whatever you have read the book, or you have relaxed in, just think about like a little prayer or a thank you, or being grateful for the whole day, whatever has happened. So think about 3 positive things that has happened in the whole day. Find 3 positive things. It's so easy for our mind to think about the negative things that happen. Like, say, for example, children, it would be like, oh, school is boring, too much homework. Like, or for us, it will be, oh, I didn't get along with my colleague today, or my boss was so mean today. Traffic was chaos. These are the ultimate, so easy. You don't need to make any effort for it. But when you shift in and think about like, hey, what was your day like? What are the best things that happened? Like, you can say like, I'm alive, even the basics of it. I'm safe home, and I got to do my stuff. Like, I ate some fruits today, which was like unusual. So you do think about like, what are you grateful for? Eating some fruits and talk to a friend after 5 years. So you felt good about it. So you're recollecting a positive, good things that happened throughout the day, and you're sleeping with much more peace and rest, and your sleeps will get better, less anxious, like less tossing turning as well, and you are more fresh in the morning, definitely. So try that. And think about the gratitude moment, three positive things that happen before you sleep, and breathe into your belly, breathe out. Definitely that helps us to anchor into the space, into the routine that we have. Some people I would recommend, like, lavender oil, a few drops of it is great. To relax you, calm you, or mugwort tea as well is good to help you with the dream state, calm your body. Chamomile is great. So you can check these herbal teas at maybe an hour before your bedtime to get into a routine, to have some even hot water, like, warm water or hot water to drink. This will help your system to calm down as well. Sometimes, like, we are so in doing on time management, and we actually don't give enough to rest in the moment. Between a chore or to do the things, we don't actually give a moment of rest. So think about how you can incorporate that and do it and progress much easily. Let me know what was your favorite one, and what would be your practice that you would like to take on. Anything that resonated with you guys? And sometimes doing the work is so important, to acknowledge those vibes that are draining us, that are causing us to go backwards in a spin of a cycle as well. But it's important to the rough day to make it into a better day as well. What can you do about it? Yeah. Sometimes I need the external help as well. This is something that I said to my husband years ago, is whenever I feel very low in the moment, I love to be in, like, cuddled up in the bed, do nothing about, absolutely love it. But it goes to an extent that the hours will lead into a day, and it gets into the habit as well. So I said, like, if I do that for more than a couple of hours, get me out for a drive. Is going into the nature is my way of healing it more than the walk. And since then, like, there are a couple of moments, like, even though I don't want to even get ready to go for a drive, but getting out of your home is absolutely the best thing. Change in situations, change in the ambience is so good. Maybe go for, like, even out a little further away, new place, maybe a new coffee store. It could be, like, go out and you will notice shifts have been happening. What happens being in the house in the same place is the energy is getting stagnant. Like, when the energy is getting stagnant, even in this chair, in your meditation space, energy is getting drained up. And when you are in a low vibe, the low vibe is attracting you to be there for further along. So smudging your area, this is so good for that reasons. Like, it shifts, it recharges, changes the energy around, and you feel a good free open vibe coming in. Like, you have cleared up that whatever you were thinking, processing in the same place, and now you're clearing it with the fresh energy to come in, new things to come in and change. So smudging your home from time to time is really helpful and good as well. I do that, like, once a week. usually in the whole house, or my therapy room, like every single day, like, so it's filled with new fresh energies. And when you go out and come back, that is where you will see the shift. Like, you have raised your vibration, and whatever was drawing you down is not going to hold you back, but you are above it. Yeah, so it's much easier to see the shift and change. Lighting a candle is absolutely the basic, which will make us a rough day to turn into a gratitude day. When you light a candle, like, it's like lighting your inner light and saying, there is a hope, there is a change possible. Like, even though the roughest day need not always end in a rough night. And the same thing to continue to the next day. We definitely can stop that with our mind being more at a stronger place, and with that internal. Is that like, sometimes it's just that one thing, if I can do, things will shift, that. And to do that one thing, even though it is like just getting out of this chair is the hardest impossible thing, but deep inside, when you can do it, this will be a good thing for you. And this is where, like, ask yourself, what will inspire me to do that? What is absolutely that one thing that will inspire you? So playlist is one thing with the music and all. Also, I have some playlist on my YouTube with some inspirational videos that I love to watch, like, and also have like a praises folder where in the past, like, somebody would have sent a praise, I would be looking at it to inspire myself, like, oh, right, okay, I don't need to be here, I need to be reminded that as well. And that allows me to get up, move from the same spot. Even the hardest thing, super difficult when you ask for help, like, for me, like, of course I ask the family members help, but also I find it easier to ask angels. Archangel Raphael, please heal me from my emotions, or Samuel, fill me with love and change the circumstances that I'm stuck in. Like, show me a ray of hope or ray of light. And these prayers do help, like, you're surrendering to the situation, and you are seeing the shift and the change as well. So that brings in much more clarity as well. Clarity is so needed. Clarity comes in only when we can give a space for the light to travel through. Like, if none of the windows are open, the sun rays are not going to fall. Think about it. Like, so what are you going to do for the sun rays to fall in through? Go out and open the windows. Even the slightest window, the rays will come through. Yeah. And Epsom salt bath is great. Salt baths are absolutely good, especially when you're feeling low kind. Whatever it is causing you, Epsom salts are your favorite things. Like, in case you don't have a tub, you can't do that. Salt scrubs are equally efficient as well. Like, you can make your own salt scrubs, like with Himalayan salt or something, with some drops of essential oil and coconut oil or almond, whichever is safe for you, and you can use that. Yeah, and definitely that's literally takes a couple of moments, that's it, like, right? And it doesn't take for a long, like 20 minutes if you don't have a buy-in time. Perfect to do the shortcuts as well. But do try one or the other. Salt is amazing, holding to the negative vibes and dismantling that energy that has been stuck. And salt, like, even on your skin, in your auric field, it shifts the energies. Yeah, magnesium is good too, like, in case someone has a restless legs, or not able to sleep well, magnesium helps as well. How do you smudge a house? I just learned Trataka meditation with candle. Very nice. Thank you. First time joining you, but must go. Someone will follow. That's great. Thank you, Flita, for joining in. You can smudge your house by using a Palo Santo stick. So here, Palo Santo. So I use this as a smudging tool. You light it up and there is a smoke that comes out of it, and you can just show around in the house by doing that, or a sage bundle as well, the same way you can do it. I also put music on, like a Gayatri mantra or a drum beat or a sound bowl, play the music in the house. It shifts the energies as well here. Do you have any suggestions to remove negative energy? We have a lot of stress going around, lots of fights, unrest. Been smudging with sage, Palo. Yes, we haven't been stepping out of the house. When you're doing those things, do make sure you open the windows as well. Like, yes, negative energy does usually come even from our thoughts, ideas, the way we react in our family itself. Like, so for that, like, light a candle when you're smudging, set your intentions right. I want this house to be blessed with the pure energies, and if you believe in angels, ask the house angels to cleanse the any old spirits there or any old energies that are stuck there to be shifted. And Archangel Samuel, I'll be praying if it's a relationship thing, to make the ambience much nicer, that where you can have a communication in a smoother way, and also just even try to get out of the house, even into your garden, or even just round the corner. Like, you'll get, for yourself, you'll get some fresh air first thing, and also a change in ambience will help. When you come back, you will notice where exactly in the house there needs to be much shift to be done. Yeah. And I do play music, like, by any sound instrument. You can go around the corners of the house and do the shift as well. I do have some things about, like, I think it's on my podcast on the tracks, how to cleanse a house, how to release the native energies on its own with a good few tools in it, or on my YouTube as well. Yeah, I'll post the link up on the circle. If you're not on the circle, I would recommend to join. I'll post it up after this. It's Experience Healing with Srimanju. Do join there. Yeah, I'll share those. Yes, sometimes, not sometimes, many times, it's just the energy gets stagnant with our thoughts and maybe in our dreams, everything. Like, cleansing our house is equally important. I need it to be a stagnant energy for sure. Not leaving the house needs some fresh energy. Yes, we do, isn't it? Yeah. I guess you all are with, like, not leaving the house. I arrived late as well, but love the playlist. I have got in a bad habit of pick up phone first thing in the AM, being not walking as much or getting out. Yeah, definitely. Like, playlist is easier. Also think about, why are we not leaving the house? What is that not inspiring us to leave the house? What's stopping us? Like, so when we ask that, it's just that comfort, is it? Or is it like we are not ready to get dressed to go out? Or is it the weather that's holding us? Even just stepping out of your patio or the front door, breathe fresh air. Don't even go out, but be there even in your PJs and just breathe fresh air. Let the air touch your body and you will feel a shift. Like, and later on now, you might be telling the whole family, hey, let's go for a walk, like, or check the sunset out. Yeah, for me, sunsets are the ones that really inspired me to get out of the house to see the sunsets. Yeah. And so see and notice what is one thing that really inspires you guys. And having our daily spiritual practice is so important. The reason is, like, so we don't go deep into the portal of the thoughts. We are up much easier, uplifting as well. So definitely have your spiritual practices. It could be just stop playing with the crystals, or breathing, regular breathing practices, like, or drinking plenty of water as well. Like, it's like a whirlpool of situation when we are not feeling good. Everything is rolling on to one after one. Like, our we don't take proper intake of food, nourishment, no getting fresh air as well, and we just love to be in the day for too long as well. As we are just, like, this side of the world where we are just coming out of the winter and getting into the spring preparations, is that shift. It takes a little bit to shake that energies off from hibernation to get out. The first week was really tough for me in Jan to come back alive. shaking off those hibernation energies. Like, for some people, it could be a little longer as well. And especially if you have a physical health challenge as well, it does take. So do acknowledge it, but don't make it a reason or an excuse not to shift the things that you can as well. Yeah. Because we get into so much of a comfort and we don't do that. Say simple thing like, you do all these things and a friend calls you and you'll be chatting and you know exactly like this is not going to be a healthy conversation. This is going to be all about them, like how disastrous their life has been, not even checking how you're feeling and what you are up to. And after the call of 45 minutes you'll feel so drained and you are adding more to it. So even saying, learning to say no, not right now, it's okay. Let the call go to the voicemail. Like, you can call when you feel ready for it. It's okay to say no because you're saying yes to yourself. I'm sure you all recognize those family members or friends in your life. Like, being very clear about it is super important as well. You're not doing anyone any favor by holding your consciousness of just to entertain someone for the sake of entertainment. And your 45 minutes is much more valuable, whereas you could have gone out or you did something creative as well, like, so definitely when you have to say no, do say no with the full clarity and the tone as well. Yeah, it's so important to take care of your soul. That's the most important and the priority. Of course, we weren't taught in that same way, right? Technology detox, yes. Definitely, I would say that, like, the first, like, we always had this thing as no gadgets on the dining table when we are having breakfast, lunch, and dinner as a family together. But the first year of the pandemic, like, we all got into the habit of the gadgets even on the dining table. And then after a month or so, we felt, no, this is not right. Like, because we were so used to seeing people, four of us all together all the time. And like, we forgot those boundaries. And then it felt like this is not right. And then again, we had to put those rules back again for each one of us, even for myself. Like, the rules was agreed by all the family members. And that's the most important thing. Don't tell the rule, but let everyone agree to it as well at their own comfort. Say even like 10 minutes of no gadget time. And that helps us not to reach out for it and just scroll. And what's happening with most of the time on the scroll is you're not even reading a content there anymore. You're just going through so fast. Remember, after an hour or on Instagram, what is your output there? Some days, absolutely nothing. Some days, one or two things I would have noticed that would have been a lot for me. Art is such a huge addiction there when I check art reels there. But afterwards, some days I take some inspiration, some days like, no, I just while an hour is gone by, like, where I could have used it for something else. So do check, like, where are you spending more? Like, and now with the gadgets, you get this screen times where you spend the most and see, are you resonating with it? Yeah. And what can you do? So that helped me to relook into the times that I'm spending and take back that's valuable. By reading a book, like, reading actually a book is good rather than, or a Kindle as well, which doesn't have the notifications and the apps as well. And so it doesn't distract you from what you're doing, what you're intending to do. So have those sometimes in your day, like, especially before the bedtime, no gadgets will help us to stop from that light triggering us. And you're going to bed with that discomfort of what's happening outside, but you're connecting with yourself, with your breath, and thinking about your grateful moments in the day that will help you to go back into the peaceful moments. Yeah. So, yes. And also raising our vibrations, not only the energy, again, like, it's also the physical things, like, walking into our room, you feel there is a lot of clutter. Think about how you can declutter it. Like, what are the things that you can give for the charity? So this has been a biggest thing of this week as well with the full moon, and the energy is all about decluttering. I know some of you were there on our channel messages on Monday. So decluttering is major thing, like, declutter our space. Even it could mean like your work table to be tidied up, or a shelf to be tidied up, or a walkway into your home to be tidied up. Do look into it, how you can let more air flow in and let it be there. And even like maybe pick 5 things that you want to put it for donation, or pick 2 things that you want to give it away, like, or put it in the recycle, but let it out, like things that have been broken, they're no good, like, things that haven't been working. Why do we hold on to things? Where is that energy being stuck for us, like, to release it? Give permission for those things to be released out of you, and for someone else to make a benefit out of it, rather than we just putting in our garages and not using it, or not even looking at them for next 10 years. I'm sure like many things that we haven't looked at there for 20 years even, right? So think about what is not serving you, what is not valuable anymore, to be released out. Yeah, some people are very good at it, like any 6 months, if they haven't used, they just give it away. It's quite challenging for me to do that way, but bravo for people who can do it. Yeah. Right. So for those who are new and you're resonating with this, so do give a follow and like, so you get notification on when the next events have been scheduled up, and you can even listen to one of the tracks on the meditations and some of the podcast as well. So you can leave a review there, how you felt, if something inspired you. And if you have been loving this conversation, you can make a donation as well, no matter small or big. It's totally like up to you to support us here on Insighttimer, which helps revenue wise, even for Insighttimer. It's amazing to be in connection with you guys and able to share all this work with you. All this that I'm sharing is for things that have shifted in my life since 2009. And as always, like, this, no matter how much you still feel like, oh, we know only a drop in the ocean, right? It's amazing how life, when you're in the learning curve, you're so much learning from each other. I get to learn so much being here with you guys as well. So hope you're finding this beneficial to shift your vibrations and bring out your journals, like, get out of those things, those thoughts, and shift in, like, release it, right? Like you feel crappy. I do this art journaling as well, like, the days that I don't feel good, I'll be just having a couple of paints and smudging all over, and getting that uninspiring space to be out, and then flows in another shift of energies. Yeah. So maybe you just need to scribble or a doodle up on a page. Do it, like nobody is stopping you, but make sure you are not in that low vibe for too long as well, as it doesn't help you or anyone around. But also witness that it's okay to feel those sides, and it's highly impossible to be 24/7, always positive, always happy. Is such a burden to carry, to be positive all the time, right? But also do what inspires you. Understand like why you're not feeling in the way you want to feel, and working on that. Yeah. Rather than just say, oh, I want to be just positive. No, that's not the real world too. And if anyone says that, hey, I'm always a positive person, well done to you. It doesn't happen naturally to me. I really need to make some effort on some days. Some days are great. It's an easy flow, but that's a life, right? Some things, some triggers do come, even watching the television or someone says something, some trigger comes, but it's acceptance of us, who we are totally from all the angles is what's needed here. I guess you resonate with that, right? Being positive is good, ideal, but not all the time. So think about the ways you can shift your energies. You can get out and get some fresh air, or do a self-care for yourself, like, listen to the music, dance, yoga, Pilates. One of the amazing IT teacher here is June B. She does this dance on Fridays. absolutely bringing so much energy there, like, so hop onto those and shift your energies. Like, yes, definitely we need some people who inspire us in those areas, and let's be part of those tribe and shift our energies. Yeah. So thank you guys for being here and listening to. It's wonderful to share all these tools and techniques and take what resonates with you, and some things that don't resonate for you right now, park it, and let's move forward with the lighter energies. And cleansing your chakras is great, like, or receiving energy healing is great as well. So definitely, like, with the meditations as well, we are receiving the energy. We'll feel the shift and the change in ourselves as well. So that will help us to move forward with lightness. Lightness is so important. And I have a live tomorrow at 10:30. Let me check what the topic is. So tomorrow we are having a meditation, connect with your guardian angels at 10:30. So if anyone is interested to connecting or knowing more about their guardian angels, please hop onto and click attend. And look forward to seeing you there tomorrow. Lots of love, and take care, guys, and be in the change. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.